Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, shills, debts, slaves, serfs, peasants, vassals, minions, meat sacks, potheads. I'm Useful Idiot. Welcome. And today let's go to the good old USA, which is becoming the good new USA. And we have 9 more states that are lining up for the November 8, 2016 ballot to legalize pot. So what we're seeing here is this huge chunk of more of states that are going to legalize pot, or at least look like they could. Certainly, Florida's tried to do it before, but they're going to take another pass at it. But it's interesting to look at the fact that we had 13 original colonies in the United States in its infancy, and now we have 13 potential states that are going to line up to legalize pot, because we have 4 that have already done it, of course. Alaska, Colorado, Washington, and Oregon. And now we have 9 more states, Arizona, California, Maine, Massachusetts, Nevada, Arkansas, Florida, North Dakota, and Montana, all lined up this November to consider legalizing pot. And well, they should, because what we've seen already is results. There's plenty of results to look at from Colorado and Washington already. And the results are the kind of things that a lot of these states want to see. First of all, there's been a reduction in crime, and but more importantly, there's been a huge influx of taxes. And Washington State's a good example. Washington State, since they've legalized pot since 2014, is now approaching $1 billion in sales in just a couple of years. In 2015, it was $322 million in sales. 2016, there's $347 million in sales. And just in July 2016 alone, Washington State got $23 million in excise taxes for its coffers. And of course, they made promises that it would go into education, and that's how it was marketed in Washington State. But as it turns out, funding for education has not gone up. In fact, it's flatlined in Washington State. So of course the state is taking the money and spending on whatever the fuck they want to do, because that's what they do. But anyway, so there's 4 states that now have legalized pot. They've smelled blood in the water. They've smelled this tax money, and so now they're lining up. And what we're seeing is what we would expect to see too. We have states in the out in the West and states up in the Northeast who are going to legalize pot, and in the South it's going to be a lot slower process just because of the nature of the culture there. Some states still have blue laws for alcohol. But and then you look at the fact that we have so many states that have already embraced medical marijuana. It's only a little ways longer before all these states go and legalize retail recreational marijuana soon too. And all those states are Vermont, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, Ohio, New York, New Mexico, New Jersey, New Hampshire, Minnesota, Michigan, Maryland, Illinois, Hawaii, Delaware, Connecticut, and Washington, D.C. And so we have a good 25 states now that have some form of legal marijuana, and we have another 9 coming up. So theoretically, we could have a dominant number of states in the United States have legal pot within a few years. And so it will be interesting to see if the transformation of society that goes along with it, taking the crime out of the drug war, the same way that Prohibition took the crime out of alcohol, and crime went way down. And in fact, there was a lot more cop fatalities during Prohibition than any other time in U.S. history. And the other time in U.S. history where the cop fatalities have been the highest were the height of the drug war in the 70s. But anyway, the money that can be saved not instigating this drug war, and certainly changing the laws and getting people out of prison for these minor drug offenses and everything could be a real transformation. But anyway, I digress. Right now, let's just keep an eye out this next November to see if there's 9 more states that are brave enough to take the next step and legalize pot. And here in Washington, it's kind of nice. Here's an example of what you can get. Here's some Guadalupe. They come in these little jars. There's Gorilla Glue. And for all of you people who don't live in states where it's legal, this is pretty wild. You just go into a store just like a candy store and buy these jars off the shelf, and they have all the pertinent info on the back, how much it weighs, what the content is, what the total THC is, and there's even a barcode. How about that? So there is the future. Take a good look, and welcome to the fray. I live in Washington State, so I'm reaping the benefits, and I can clarify the fact that civilization has not deteriorated completely in Washington State. Of course, much to my disappointment. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too.